Hello and welcome to our daily sketching routine. It is Thursday, September 12th, 2024, and in this video I'll probably call it sketching with Sharpies and what I learned. That's what I'm thinking. Because it's basically done, but I'll go ahead and start a 5-minute timer, and let me zoom out. Okay. Yeah, I mean, for a sketch, it's basically done. But I did want to go over the process, because if you're just joining me on this video, there's 3 other ones that over the past 4 days, including today, that showed how I sketched this out, and yeah, there's just a lot of information in there, and if you want to see how I did it. So one thing is that I've never actually used Sharpies. So I've got these. I've used Sharpies, but I've never used like colored Sharpies to do like this, like a sketch kind of like this. So it was interesting, and I like it. I mean, it's an option. It's a tool that I would use again. So from what I can remember from yesterday, I talked about like the different stages of illustrating or making a picture, and basically I had the second pass. I think I got as far as like the second pass, and I said that there was like a third pass that I could do, and so that's what I did here, and then started to like do right here. And so yeah, we can go over that. Like in yesterday's video, I said that this was still the first pass right here. So if you're just wanting to know just my ideas on how to do like a landscape, you can, that's what I was talking about yesterday. And that was basically the first pass, and then I said that I could go, and then the top part was like the second. So the way it is right now, I would say, is the second, and so I could go in again and make it look more like this, like third pass, as we're calling it. But I may not, because it is a sketch, and so like for example, like this I haven't touched, so I think I did like 2 passes on this. So yeah, depending on the picture, that may be the best, is just to leave it that way, because not everything has to be the same level of finish or detail. So there's that. And then the other thing is, if you look at this compared to yesterday where I was at, it wasn't as unified or cohesive, and so I wanted to go over that, like the kind of the thought process. So let me zoom in. So yeah, even though yesterday it was at the I had done 2 passes on this top part, there is a big difference between this, which is another. So in total, I spent maybe 2 hours between last video and this video to get it to this point. So there is a big difference in the sense that, one, there's a lot more, well, there's stuff that I drew, but then there's also the dark blue and like the brown, and I used some black and stuff like that, that really, to me, like sort of makes the picture, and also just like the subject matter. And that's kind of what I wanted to go over, was the subject. So that's 5 minutes. We'll start another one. So yeah, I was thinking, well, I want to get this closer to being finished. So what was it missing? It was just kind of like missing some kind of idea behind it. And so I thought, well, because in the first video of this, like I said, there's 4 of them in total. So I guess Monday's video, I just kind of randomly drew stuff out of my imagination. And I don't always do it that way, but it can be fun. I mean, it can be kind of fun and exciting to just be creative about it and not have like an idea of what I'm gonna draw. So in that video, I was just kind of showing how to use the markers and just how to sketch from imagination. So I thought, yesterday, I thought, well, we have these like giant fruit, this big apple here. So why not just go with like a fairy tale, mythological kind of theme, because this picture is sort of, I was calling it a collage, but it's kind of a surrealist painting, really. But I guess it's not so surreal now. Now it's like an illustration. But yeah, I just used this apple as the idea. So like maybe an alternate universe of Snow White. So I went ahead and sketched in a castle. So then there started to be like a story behind it. And then I had these giant grapes that led me to the myth of Dionysus as a baby getting drunk. So in this little area here, that's what that is. It's a little Dionysus baby. And as far as like this horse, it could have easily, like, that was kind of held my breath there, because one, I didn't have like a pencil drawing or anything. I was just doing it with a marker, so I had to make a lot of adjustments, and basically ended up going with like using black to adjust the drawing. But to me, it actually made the sketch look better, and so it gave it more of a like a focus, and so that helped me to figure out like the rest of the picture. Also, the other thing is that like the color harmony, like this yellow and like greenish yellow kind of became the predominant light color. Zoom out a little bit here, and this red color, like that really kind of pulls your attention, and so I didn't really use it very much. So that's like another thing to kind of think about, like how strong like a color like red can be. And then over here, then I worked on the landscape part of it, which could actually have a little bit more detail, but that's the other thing, is it's good to let something like this like give it a rest for a little while, and then and then come back to it, because then you can see it more clearly instead of overworking it. Or yeah, because you can go in and basically mess it up and make more work for yourself is what can happen. So yeah, it's good to just kind of leave it alone for a while. And then once I kind of got this area, for this, there was like a blank area here, I just went ahead and made a scroll. And because, again, leaning into like the fairy tale aspect of it, because from here, like I said, I'll probably just leave it, because I think it works as a sketch, as a color sketch, and I learned a lot from it. One, I learned just how I like sketch and draw and stuff, but then I also learned about the medium, the Sharpies. So I'll start another 5-minute timer. And then I like that that's why I wanted to talk about like the different stages, because I liked how I kind of knew where I was at, and to get it to like this level, there was this moment of like I wasn't sure if it was going to work out or not, and sometimes you kind of have to make that leap of faith and just kind of go with your instincts, which doesn't always work out, and there would be things that I would do differently, but overall I think like it works. And I have this canvas, this big canvas that like I wasn't sure what to paint, and so this could be a good thing to use as a study, and then to paint that, or to take it into the computer and just refine it that way. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Again, the other videos show the steps, and I wanted to do that. I wanted to just show you, and then there's like a short video that kind of showed the process. And as far as like it's like I would say 80% of this was just out of imagination, and then 20% was really just kind of browsing and getting ideas, because one, there's only so much you can do with Sharpies before you can't really like work on it anymore. So like with the figure here, which is kind of like the main character, I guess, maybe, like it was really on the edge, like on the almost to the point of being overworked. And because all you can really do with Sharpies is just keep adding more more color to it, and then the paper wears out and you can't erase it, and it just starts to look overworked. So this is like right on the edge of that. Same with this. There's kind of like this fine line between spontaneity and overwork. You can see like that's what happened here. And part of that is because the medium, like the Sharpie, can't really get that much detail, and then it bleeds. And so part of it is just figuring that out. Now the thing with, one reason that I wanted to do it this way is because when you're working digitally, sometimes you can just do whatever you want, and you end up with a less cohesive picture. Whereas with this, I was limited by the markers and the colors and the medium and like the tools themselves. And sometimes that's good, because it makes you have to make choices and live with them, versus in digital you can kind of just do whatever, but then you end up with a picture that's sort of just kind of all over the place, or like really generic maybe, since you can keep going back and there's not like the spontaneity of like the physical materials. So yeah, I'm not going to make this video too long. I did want to show you the process and like where I ended up, since the other videos showed the beginnings of it. So yeah, with that said, thanks for joining me today. Thanks for supporting the channel. And until next time, keep on sketching.